Women leaders in the non-profit sector operating in River State come together in a breakfast leadership retreat to reflect and learn ways of moving the development organization forward. Dr. Emem Okon, the Executive Director of Quebec Kache, a non-profit organization in River State, has urged female leaders in non-profit organizations to lead, focusing on the mission and vision that the organization has resolved to achieve and eschew issues of favoring a particular set of people above others. The Quebec Kache lead boss, who have been operational in the non-profit sector for over 2 decades now, made this call during an interview with newsmen at the sideline of a one-day leadership breakfast retreat for women leaders in the non-profit organization in River State, with the theme, Women Elevate, and sub-themed, Women Leading with Purpose and Clarity. The retreat was hosted by Collective Pathways and Peace and Development for Women and Girls Initiative, a non-profit organization. She encouraged female leaders of non-profit organizations not to lead with discrimination, but to lead with a clear vision and purpose. She said the activities carried out by most female-led non-profit organizations is to promote women's rights, and this rights promotion face pushbacks in most communities, and these challenges are difficult to manage solely. But if plural female leaders of non-profit organizations come together to work and support each other, they will achieve purposes, and this move will help build resilience.
The activities that we carry out to promote women's rights attract pushback from communities. When one organization faces pushback, it's difficult to actually manage that challenge. But working as a collective of women, it helps us to stand, it helps us to build resilience, it helps us to continue in the vision that we have created for ourselves, working on women empowerment, campaigning for women leadership, campaigning for the inclusion of women in spaces of decision-making processes. And women are not homogeneous. When we talk about women, we have the elite women, we have women in academics, we have women that are farmers, we have women that are fishers, we have women in the non-profit sector, and in the non-profit sector, each organization works with different categories of women, including women that have restricted mobility, women that have vision impairment, the mothers, the pregnant women, the ones that are nursing. So a leader and a woman being a leader should be focused, knows what she wants, and not bring in issues of favoring some people above the other, but remaining focused on the mission and the vision that she sets out to achieve. And we have taken the decision to continue working as a collective, because that is one of the key strategies to sustain the work that we do and the impact that we have created in the state and also in other states where we work.
On her part, the Executive Director of Collective Pathways, Rita Kiabara, organizer of the retreat for women in non-profit sector in River State, said the motive for organizing the retreat is to bring together women leaders from diverse non-profit sectors operating within River State to come together and reflect on their journey so far, learn new ways of growing the organizations from other leaders that have gained decades of experience in the sector.
Collective Pathways decided to bring women together today to give them the space to connect as leaders in non-profit sector in River State. They're doing a lot, but as women leaders, women who are leading organizations, who are playing key roles in their organizations, and these organizations are non-profits, there's a need for them to sometimes sit back, reflect, and try to unlearn and learn new things, and because this has the ability, or with this kind of space for them, they can refresh and then build up their energy again for impacts that they've so desired to make. And it's so important that women in this sector are focused and have clear vision, are very clear about their vision, because the way I see the women leaders in the non-profit sector, I see us as pioneers of what we want to see Nigeria to be. If we can't succeed in this sector, which has given us at least a fair playing ground than other sectors. So I mean, you compare this sector, compare politics, it's not the same. So we have more liberty to explore and to exercise our God-given talents and the skills that we already have. So what Collective Pathways Initiative intends to do is to see how women in this sector can connect and work more together, because that notion that women don't work together, it's not true at all.
Activities in the retreat included presentations from well-experienced women leaders of various non-profit organizations like Dr. Emiem Okon, who presented a paper on the topic Leading with Purpose, Overcoming Leadership Bias and Driving Impacts. The paper presentation was done by Dr. Confidence. Also a paper presentation by Mrs. Florence Kayemba, who presented on the topic Public Speaking and Executive Presence. Mrs. Nancy Iheduru presentation was on the topic Strategic Networking and Relationship Building. Other activities at the retreat included panel of discussion. Panelists were Chief Dr. Emiem Okon, Chief Constance Meju, Florence Kayemba, and Nancy Iheduru. The panel discourse was moderated by Mrs. Loretta, and Barrister Debbie Effiong anchored the event. Mrs. Ngozi Anyanwu, one of the numerous participants at the retreat, applauded the organizers of the retreat. She said the opportunity has added value to her work.
I am grateful that this garden has come to be, and I just pray that the Spirit, the zeal, the enthusiasm, we keep the spark and the fire going, that we keep learning from peers, we keep enhancing, we keep evolving, we keep developing, we keep collaborating, and we keep improving and touching the lives that we touch in the space that we find ourselves in. I think this is a timely gathering of women leaders in the space that we are. And I believe that if we come together as a group and as a team, we will add value, and we will improve from where we have come from. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to thank the organizers, Collective Pathways, and I say kudos to the thinking that went into bringing this thing together. Kudos to the energy that went into bringing this together, and I pray that the spirit and the effort that you have put into this collective gathering will keep burning, and the fire will not go down.
So at the count of 3, we would echo it again. 1, 2, 3, we echo it, and then the cake is cut. Yes.
When women come together to pursue a particular cause, great success is said to be achieved. Will this retreat change the narrative of the development sector where women are leaders?